Hello everyone, welcome to Here We Go. Today let's review some beginner games. So I'm using Toyo Ego, which is the Japanese version of Tygem. So it's a pretty good platform. It's web-based, pretty easy to use. And let's just go all the way down to 18K. I think that's as low as you can go. And then you can just look up their game records. And we'll review some random games and see what you can learn and not learn from these games. So just so you know, this is what it looks like, kind of. I'll probably just review the first 30 moves for each game. And not to keep you for too long, hopefully, I hope each of these videos will be about 15 to 20 minutes. So now I've downloaded this game, we can review it together. So 4 corners, that's good. Approach, that's good. Pincer, good. Jump, the jump is going out of favor a little bit, right? So this is another joseki, very common joseki, like this. Now white has sente, white can play elsewhere. And this is a pretty good move for black, because black already takes the corner, it's very solid. Of course, white is pretty strong on the outside, and white has sente, so it's about even. The real game, this is a little old-fashioned jumping out here. And white should just jump. This is the correct move. So do not learn number 8. This is wrong. This is even more wrong, right? Black should just stand down here and kind of pincer white on the outside. It'll be something like this. This is something that beginners can play. So you're going to see a series of very wrong moves. This is even worse, right? Black is reinforcing white's corner here. The corner is already very solid. And this is terrible. 16 is terrible. Playing on the second line, trying to connect. It's really unnecessary, because it's pretty clear that you cannot connect number 6 either way. So just don't try. Don't test your opponent. Don't try. What is this? Right? It's like trying to attack black, but you can't really attack black because black is out there, right? And this is another huge mistake. Don't learn any of this, seriously. Number 21, it's too slow. Just play here. Just play here. Like, this is too slow. Do not make these moves. Maybe I should scream, but it's whatever. Okay, so now white plays this. Obviously white has no idea what it's doing. The move should be here if you want to play anything, right? It should be faster. This is too slow. Number 22, too slow. And what is black doing here? You're not trying to build eyes, right? This is a classic beginner move. You're trying to build one real eye. You just learn the shape of a real eye. But building real eyes is when you're surrounded by your opponent, right? You can play elsewhere. Like, first of all, you do not have to play at this corner. You can just take sente. And taking sente will be something I repeat 20 times in every video, because beginners always play at one location. They just don't know when to take sente, and that's a huge problem, right? So you're not building eyes. You can jump out like this. You don't have to build this eye. This is way too slow. How much is this move worth, right? About half a point. That's too slow. You have to take sente and play the corners, play the approach, play the 3-3 point, or the corner closers. It's way too slow. So now white plays this. Okay, finally white takes sente. This is a good move. This is 27, 28 are fine. These are okay. Yeah, and as I set, it's just about 30 moves. It's just not, right? And half of these moves are not learnable here. I showed you a Joseki earlier. This is a fine move here on the corner. Everything else is pretty bad. And I've pointed out why they're bad, and hopefully you learned a little bit from this game. So let's find another one. 18K. So as a beginner, your goal is to beat other beginners. And once you beat other beginners, you're no longer a beginner. So that's what my video is trying to help you achieve. Let's look at this user. Oh, okay, this is about 100 games. You see some users playing like thousands of games at the beginner level, and that's what I'm trying to help you avoid. It's just not worth it. It's more fun to play at a mid-amateur level or a high amateur level. But if you're at the beginner level, it's kind of painful to play. And you're not thinking enough, you're not enjoying the game enough. So I think that's the main problem I have with beginner play. And you should try to move out of this territory as soon as you can. So this is another game, 3 point, okay. Right, so this is number 5 is already a wrong move. You can't just play the 2-space approach, right? This is not really approach. You're not threatening the corner. White is doing okay. White should follow it up with this move, number 8. But in a real game, white played on the other side. White should play this. Black will play this. And now white can take sente, right? Taking sente is a theme. White can just play here. And black doesn't have much here on the left side, right? So this is a bad move for black because it's not threatening the corner. The corner is still white's. So white should follow it up with number 8 in the game. Number 8 is not too bad, right? And now here's another theme, right? Playing on the second line. Avoid it. Do not play on the second line and take sente at the same time, right? So black can take sente now. If black plays here, white can take sente because moves on the second line are usually useless, right? And to approach the 3 points, white can play this, something like this, right? This is a basic old Joseki, and it's playable for both sides. So the real game, white engages with black, and black doesn't even know how to, at least black should try to take this stone, right? But black doesn't. Black plays here. These are all terrible. 9, 10, and 11 are all terrible. And once again, you see this kind of diagonal moves. These are too slow. Beginners like them because it's safe, right? 11 and 13 are securely connected, but it's too slow. You can play this and still be connected, right? This is still connection. There's no wedge move here, right? There's nothing white can do to cut you off, even if you play at number 13, right? You can play the ladder. This is why you learn capture techniques, right? When your opponents cut you, you can capture it. So number 13, don't learn any of this, seriously. And now take sente. White is already alive. White already has a big corner. Why do you want to take number 9, playing here on the second line, taking 1 stone? The game is not about capturing. All right? This is why I repeat this in chapter 1. The game is not about capturing. But beginners always just try to capture their opponent's stones. And now black has sente. Black play elsewhere. Please leave the lower left corner. And yet we still have this move. These are all terrible. Don't learn any of this. All right? Just, these are all terrible moves. Black should play here, right? Don't fear the cut. Why do you fear the cut? You can play the ladder if your opponents cut you. Like, don't fear the cut. And black guards against this cut. And white should just Atari, like this. This is better move than this. This is okay. And yeah. Take Sente, right? That's the theme. Like these two sides have played almost 30 moves here on the side. These are all terrible moves. And finally, white takes Sente, right? And this will be the last move I see here. This is terrible. Like, why would black play here, right? Black should play elsewhere. Black should just take Sente and play elsewhere. This is terrible, right? Because white, yes, white will respond here. And 29 is really reinforcing white's corner because there are other moves that black could play to reduce white's influence on the corner. But this is the wrong move, right? So knowing this is wrong, knowing that 30 is the correct response to the wrong move, and these are all terrible. Yeah, I'm not going to continue. That's the first 30 moves. As you can see, theme of the day, take Sente. Do not play on the first line. Go is not a game of capture. Even when you can capture your opponent like this, don't do it, right? It's so small. The corners are bigger. Playing this corner closer is bigger, right? And another lesson, of course, is don't play too slow like this diagonal. Play something faster. But of course, in this situation, black should take Sente and play the approach move. So a few lessons here. It's a terrible game, terrible moves. And once you learn these, hopefully you can move past these wrong moves quickly and get to a higher level. All right, got a little bit more time. Let's look at another one. So 18K. Look at this user. Has thousands of games at the 18K level. It's really not worth your time. You have to move past the beginner level to enjoy the game more. Let's take a look at this one. Do it. All right. So 4-5 point, fancy. It's okay to play if you want to experiment, but not recommended really if you want to win games. 3-5 point. Black is really fancy. It's okay. You see players like this sometimes. Okay. The 3-3 invasion, right? This is the wrong move. Who taught you this? Where do you see this move? Where did you learn this? That's my question. Like, you have to try to learn Go, right? Using online sources, books. Like, you don't see this ever. You don't see number 7 ever. Okay? It has to be right here. It has to be the 3-4 point. This is the only move for black. Like, how can you just play? This is terrible. Like, black can live like this, but this is too small, right? This is a positional judgment that you should have as a beginner. If you live like this as black, it's too small. This is not okay. White is too solid. Also, take Sente. What is black doing here? Playing on the first line. Don't learn any of this, okay? Playing on the first line, right? And now white has Sente. White should play elsewhere. What is white doing here? Black is already alive. Black is already alive. There's no way white can come in and kill black. What is white doing, number 18? Playing on the first line at the beginning of a game. Right? So, and black responds here. This is all insane, you know, and one of the players has played at this level for thousands of games. Right? And that's exactly what my channel is for. It's for you to move past this beginner phase. Alright, so finally there's nothing more to play. White plays on the corner, takes Sente. Alright, this is okay. These moves are okay. What? Black has to connect, right? Number 21 is really key. You have to connect here. You can't give up number 21. Because if you do, white will cut you off. Number 23 is already dead, and number 1 and 25 are not doing anything on the outside. So number 21 is really, really key. You have to save it, no matter what. You have to save 21, no matter what. And then white will have to play this or this. Anyway, this is terrible, terrible, terrible. And then number 23 is already dead. You're on the second line. Stop playing on the second line. This is already dead, right? What is 29? It's just like allowing white to capture it and playing on the first line again, right? So this is the beginner level. If you viewed my first 5 chapters, you should be able to avoid most of these moves. And these are the most basic mistakes that beginners make. And please try to move past this phase as soon as you can. Learn the correct moves. Take sente. Don't play on the second and first lines. These are the basic things that you should pay attention to as a beginner. And you should be able to be much better than these players if you learn properly. That's all I gotta say. Alright, so that's it for this video. I'll do a few more of these if I can without screaming. Good luck, and I'll see you soon.